Listen to me. You're deep in your studies, you're in the thick of it, and I know there are moments you just want to cry.
You're staring at this mountain of work in front of you, and the only thought you can muster is, there's no way. I can't possibly do all of this.
The grammar, you tell yourself, is just too difficult. You're completely stuck, zero progress.
And the listening exercises, forget it. Everything's a blur, just way too fast. You have absolutely no idea what anyone is saying.
Reading, well, that's just exhausting. The very sight of a long passage feels like a physical weight on your chest, crushing you. You want to study, you really do, but you feel like you're drowning, like you can't keep up. Yes, there are times like that.
So in that moment, when you are completely paralyzed, what is the one thing that will give you the strength to push through? What?
It's vocabulary.
I know what you're thinking. It's the most mundane, the smallest, the simplest task imaginable. But listen, and listen well. Without vocabulary, your grammar, your reading, and your listening comprehension cannot function, period. Don't mistake this for my opinion. This is a structural fact. It's the very architecture of language itself. It is not up for debate. Think about it. With vocabulary, the task is brutally simple. There's none of the anxiety you get with complex grammar rules. None of the confusion over which reading method is best. And you don't have to waste time worrying if you have some kind of special talent for listening. The process is this. You memorize. You repeat. That is it. A child can do this, so you have no excuse. You can build a word bank as vast as any literary genius, even if you can't use it with their flair just yet. Just knowing the words is the first and most critical step.
And let me be perfectly clear, simply knowing the words is enough. That knowledge all by itself will fundamentally change the entire landscape. It will change how you see every single text you encounter.
Now let's talk about power. Vocabulary is an immediate force multiplier. The very instant you learn a word, it becomes a weapon in your arsenal, ready for deployment.
Take listening comprehension. Without vocabulary, what are you even hearing? It's just noise. A radio transmission from Mars, meaningless static. Peep peep, gar gar. But the moment you have the words, that static snaps into focus. It becomes language.
And reading? It's the exact same battlefield. If there are too many unknown words, your advance grinds to a halt. You're pinned down. But knowing just one critical word can be the key that unlocks an entire passage. This is your breakthrough.
So if you feel paralyzed by the idea that you have to do everything at once, stop. You must prioritize. Yes, it's all important, but you cannot attack on all fronts simultaneously. If you cannot choose, I am giving you an order. Choose vocabulary.
But a word of warning. Don't think for a second that just piling up words is enough. Quantity without precision is useless.
That little voice in your head that says, it probably means something like this. That is the single most dangerous enemy you will face. A vague understanding isn't just unhelpful, it is a liability. It will get you killed on the battlefield of comprehension.
So what do? You use a dictionary, and get a good one. Don't be cheap. A single high-quality dictionary will genuinely change your level of reading comprehension. That is not an exaggeration.
A single word is weak. Vocabulary only becomes a force when you have mass, when you have numbers. And let me tell you, learning new words is hard, but fighting against forgetting, that is the real war. Can you even remember the words you learned yesterday? You cannot just advance, you must fortify your position, you must review, constantly. But here is the reality of the situation. If you build up a massive enough vocabulary, you'll be able to grasp the meaning even if your grammar is, let's say, less than perfect. A large enough army can make up for some tactical weaknesses. This is the simple truth.
And now, we come to kanji. I know what you think. You see it as a burden. You are wrong. Completely wrong.
In fact, it's a massive advantage. It's a system that allows you to group words, organize by radicals, categorize by meaning. This is infinitely more efficient than memorizing random strings of letters. Kanji is not your enemy. It is a powerful organizational tool. Master it.
And another thing. Do not be rigid with dictionary definitions. You see a word used in a way that's not in the book and you think it's wrong? No, you are the one who is wrong. Meaning is dynamic. It moves with context. Use the dictionary as your foundation, then infer. If your inference is plausible, it's good enough. Vocabulary isn't a museum piece. It is a weapon to be wielded.
So we are at the end.
Your feeling that you can't do it is irrelevant. It is not an excuse to stop.
Let's be perfectly clear. Focusing on vocabulary is not a retreat from difficulty. It is your strategic breakthrough. And the core task is not hard. Anyone can do this.
But do not take it lightly. One word is small, but when you accumulate them, brick by brick, they build a fortress. They will definitively change your situation. The total sum of small things is a force that cannot be underestimated.
So here is your final command. The more you feel you can't do it, the more vocabulary you must build. When you are lost, when you are in doubt, you will choose vocabulary. That is your mission. Now execute.